following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
My name is Jasmine, and I am a recovering drug addict.
My name is Richie Farrell, a.k.a. the Old White Junkie.
And we are your hosts for Exit Team Nashua.
Our mission is to bring recovery into the living room.
Last year, over 72,000 Americans died of an accidental overdose.
That's almost 200 Americans every single day.
We will bring you guests with real-life experiences with addiction and recovery. Welcome to Exit Team Nashua. Hi, welcome to Exit Team Nashua. My name is Jasmine, and I'm your host. I'm looking forward to today's show with you guys. First of all, Bobby's back, so it's great to see him. He was not missed, and so
I like to keep it fresh.
Yeah,
you know, you got a surprise. Otherwise, you get used to it. You start taking it for granted.
I apologize in advance.
It's like Dad going out for a pack of smokes and coming back 3 weeks later.
I apologize in advance for anything that comes out of Bobby's mouth. So there's my public service announcements. Oh God, here we go. So I'm actually really looking forward to today's show. I unfortunately and truly am looking forward to Bobby's presence being here. I do enjoy bickering with him and going back and forth with the banter. No offense, but I'm also more excited about our guest.
I would be too. He has better hair than me.
He does, and look at that tan, dude. The first when he walked up, I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
100% real.
Where have you been?
I went to the beach. I just may have gone tanning, but mostly the beach.
Yeah, it's this thing. It's like a booth.
Yeah.
And it's got these lights.
Fell into it.
It looks great. I go tanning, and I don't have that.
I don't. I need to.
You're
Everybody
Italian.
should.
I know.
What are you? He's Greek.
Yes.
No one knows what I am. Nobody. Don't even start me.
100% that.
Yeah. We know. Oh,
Never do that again.
Oh,
Just put it in a box and throw it away.
No.
So Dan,
Yes.
what's going on, buddy?
Not much. How are you?
I'm good. So have you seen how this show kind of goes?
Yes.
All right. So
Before we start,
yeah,
can I give a shout out?
sure.
To my little cousin Sam.
Oh.
Sammy's watching. Love you, Sammy. Thank you for watching. We love you. And you're amazing, and you're doing a great job, and keep up the good work.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's adorable.
Yeah. It was
You wouldn't
nice.
know anything about that. You wouldn't know anything about being genuine and coming from the heart. So, boo boo. All right.
Wow.
So Dan.
Yes.
What qualifies you? Well, Bobby slowly dies over there. What qualifies you to be on the show?
I am a drug addict.
You are?
I am.
Wow.
Nice.
With that tan
Yeah.
and hair?
Yeah.
Yo.
I tried to make it look like I wasn't, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, nothing glorious about my story, right? Nothing. There's no reason why. This is why I did drugs. This is why nothing happened. Awesome childhood, awesome upbringing.
Yeah.
Couldn't have asked anything. And I mean, break it down. I just liked the way it made me feel. So I kept doing it, right? Obviously, there's the outside factor of like I never felt okay when you put drugs in my system, like, you know, now this person likes me, all of that, right? I just cared about myself and how I felt, and like drugs made me feel good, so I kept doing them.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I was just a kid that liked to party. Like, that's all I thought, right?
It was fun.
Another partier.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah.
No consequences, right?
Oh, yeah.
Going along, if I did get in trouble, mommy and daddy right there, get me right out.
Where are you from?
Stoughton, Massachusetts.
Okay. All right.
hmm
And so you grew up with an okay life. Things were good.
2 parents still together, 2 older sisters.
No reason.
None.
No obvious reasons to do alcohol and drugs. So like, you know, someone like myself who was subjected to lots of like early childhood trauma, you know what I mean? Statistically speaking, I ended up being a statistic that society said that I would have been. But it sounds like your circumstances were much different.
Yeah.
Externally. Doesn't mean they were different internally.
Right. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. On like, I mean, spoiled, right? Like I was, that's what it is. I had everything I could have wanted.
Okay.
Every opportunity given to me, all these things. Like I said, if you look through, there's no reason other than inside I was uncomfortable, right? That was it. And the second I found something that fixed that, it was just like, why wouldn't I keep doing this, right? And then there's the persona that came with it, right? Like, I wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
Right, I thought that was cool, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, I like being bad, like take drugs and alcohol away, right? Like I just liked
I am a bad bee.
yeah,
so.
like hitting mailboxes with bats and stuff, like just doing stuff
Okay.
for, you know, for no
Okay,
reason.
alright.
Just wanted to be bad, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's like the nice introductory.
Bobby robbed every car in his neighborhood. So,
I did. I also
yeah.
lit a tree on fire.
Okay, yeah. He understands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pyro, I get it.
Are you
It
guys,
was
you
an
guys
accident.
bonding right now? I see
It was
this.
it was an
Your
accident.
bromance
It was a lot of
starting.
fireworks. I used to like dropping mortars into sewers too.
Yeah, I didn't do that, but that's a good one.
Oh, dude, the whole road shakes. Everything shakes. And then the cops get called.
Right,
And then you
of
gotta
course.
run.
Yep.
And then it's
That's
the whole
the fun
thing.
part.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's the fun part.
Oh yeah.
Right, and that's
You always
like
gotta run.
the rush.
Always
Yeah.
gotta run.
Yes.
I ain't never written nothing but the police and my feelings.
Okay. Okay, so. Oh God, I've really missed you. I'm happy you're back. So, you were acting out behaviorally, you know, the persona of being something you're not.
Yeah.
Again, I'm assuming for an effect produced, being accepted by others. You know,
Yes.
there's a rush that comes off that, a sense of ease and comfort. If I know that you like me, I feel okay.
Yes, right.
Okay.
And like nothing, there was, again, like sports, friends, family, like there
Because
was.
you were very athletic, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and like
What'd you play?
soccer, basketball, and baseball. But like my mom's a college basketball coach, my dad's a hockey ref. Like
Okay.
it was just everything, right?
Yeah.
And like that was me getting out of myself in the beginning, right? Practices, games, like in between the lines, you're whoever you want to be.
And it's something you could. It's a healthy obsession,
Yes,
right? Because
right,
I'm
right.
like, stop me if this is different from you. But
Did you
like,
say slap me?
no, that's for another time in another place.
I was going to say, you better slap him right now.
But like, I'm an obsessive compulsive person.
Really? Obsessive compulsive thought that does not respond to reason?
Yes.
Interesting.
But like, yeah, I played football growing up from when I was 8 to 18, and like that was my life. That was who I was. You know what I mean? It sounds like same thing for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like everything revolved around it, right?
Yeah.
And hated being alone. Like just never wanted to be alone at all, ever. And I wanted attention, like however that was, right? Good, bad, it didn't matter. Like I just
attention.
Yeah, that's it. And I did a lot of weird things to get that attention, right? It's like it didn't matter, but like I got what I wanted out of it.
Do I want to know what the weird
I'm
stuff
just
is?
waiting.
I mean, like
you said weird, so now we need to know.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, like yeah, technically it's weird, but like in third grade, you know, getting in trouble doing like you're in a bathroom, you pee in a bottle, make a kid drink it, like stuff like that, right? Like that's yeah. So like
Normal stuff.
normal stuff, right?
Yeah.
That like kids do, boys being boys. That's
Yeah.
it, right? So like
Yeah.
that was my experience in third grade, and
Okay.
like whatever, I didn't suffer any consequences. Like nothing happened. I just stand on the wall at recess for a little bit, and then like that was it, right? Nothing else happened. In eighth grade, suspended. What happens? My life gets better when I get suspended, right? Schoolwork gets sent home.
Yeah. It's weird. It's almost like I don't like school, so now you're suspending me, so I don't have to go to school.
Go to school, yeah, and I
weird.
get all my stuff
Yeah,
home.
great punishment.
Can cheat.
Yeah, great punishment. Totally works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
55 days at home, no problem. Life got significantly better. So
So proud of you.
I know my parents were too. It was like
Truly proud of you. I'm gonna
Yep.
put that
What
on the
happened
fridge.
So high school, right? It was, again, just a kid that likes to party, right? I'm drinking, I'm introduced to drugs, and like I said, the second I put them in, like, I just wanted more. That was it. I liked them. And it didn't matter what happened, right? If I puked and got sick, if nothing, I just wanted, like, my life revolved around the next time I got to do drugs,
Yeah.
right? That's all I cared about. That's all I thought about. And whatever lie I had to say to get money to do that at that point in my life. And like, again, no consequences. So, you know, progressed, right? I go through high school, I go to college, and like, here it is, right? I'm out of my parents' house. I'm away at college, freedom, right?
Yeah.
And like, in college, I played soccer. So like during the season, I was all right, right?
Yeah.
Because I had to, right? So at this point, I'm held in check because of consequences if I do these things. So I, stayed away from drugs at that point. But then the season ends, there's no more of that, and like it just like took off. Like once I didn't have to like go home to anybody, once there was nobody checking on me, all that, I had the freedom to do it, and like it started more and more often being, you know, that birds chirping noise. I'm the last one awake and I'm alone, and like, you know, why would you continue to do more drugs at this point? There's nobody else
6
there.
a.m. You work at 6:30. Everything's terrible. Like
terrible,
you still
right?
can't sleep.
Can't-
Your jaw hurts.
And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I can't sleep, but cocaine might help me sleep.
Oh yeah.
So-
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then like in your head,
the
you're trying
birds
to
are
think
so
of like,
annoying. Like the
Yeah.
sun.
Yep.
Yeah.
just hate life.
Yeah.
So-
You're so dehydrated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like
Literally.
you're just chain smoking cigarettes, right? Like, so I was miserable, right? But
Yeah.
like the next day, let's start over, right? It's okay. Like put on this thing, like, yeah, last night was crazy, right? And I stopped experiencing college, right? Because now I'm just in,
What were you going to college for?
I was going to college to party and play sports, right?
Ayo.
I picked a major, right? I went to 4 years of college. I learned how to use Microsoft Excel. That's it. Nothing.
Which is actually really helpful.
I was about to say that's like
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
It's the only thing I learned that in like drugs and alcohol, right? That's what I learned.
Which obviously it ended up being very useful for you because you have a lot of purpose today.
Right. So like all of this, right? I'm miserable inside. I know this, and I'm not even experiencing because I'm in a bedroom the whole time, not at the party, right? I'm locked in there now. I'm in it, and like the day college ends, I'm bawling my eyes out leaving because like I know what this means, right? It's over. But quickly I get a job and I'm in Boston, and like here's the ego and the fear at the same thing, right? I don't know if people can relate to this, but like I think because I get to wear a suit to work that I'm like the man, but I'm terrified of what everybody thinks of me, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that mix where I just it was like killing me inside. So slowly, like I think I'm like a mini Wolf of Wall Street, right? I make like no money. I live in my parents' basement, but like in my head, you know, I'm that guy. It's bad. And so what it looks like is go to work, go out, drink, do drugs, go to work, just constant. And I'm like, this is life. This is good. And then I got introduced. So like my drugs of choice were party drugs, right?
Yeah.
All through college. And I get introduced to opiates at work. 20th floor, Boston, Massachusetts, right? Like everybody's in a suit, and like whatever it was like I can do this at work. It works better, right? I feel better. Newports taste better. Like
Amen.
right? Everything's better.
Yep.
And like here's the difference between myself and maybe a normal person, right? I try it that day. I puke my brains out, and the next day I buy 6 and never stopped.
Yep.
And
We literally get it.
yeah, and that's it, and that's it. And like what's the big deal, right? I didn't think anything of it. What's gonna happen?
No.
Till the first time I got dope sick.
Always fun, right?
Worst thing ever. But like again, at this point I'm like the dumbest drug addict ever, right? I don't realize what I'm doing.
I don't think you're the dumbest drug addict.
But like
ever.
what I'm doing, right? So
Yeah.
eventually I get sick, and then I get drugs, and I'm no longer sick, and I'm like, this is easy. Just never feel like that again. Like just never run out, right? This is simple. I'm gonna do less. I'm gonna maintain it. I'm just gonna figure it out. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like I'll be fine. Now
How
I
did
know.
that work?
I mean, my sister called the cops on me, got me arrested.
Okay.
I got fired from
Good for
from
her.
every job. I took out personal loans from like banks to buy a house, right? And then like my parents get the letter in the mail, and like steal from consequences started.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just say that, right? And a bunch of trips to detox, but I never went anywhere after. Just detox. Because I just need to get rid of the sickness, right? If I'm not
Right.
sick anymore,
The
I'm
drug's the problem. The drug's the problem.
That's
the drug's
it.
the problem.
As long
The
as I
drug
get it
is-
out of my system, I'm
For
fine.
Yeah,
minimal amount of people, the drug is the problem. Most people gotta treat the internal condition.
right.
Yeah.
So like I go on this.
It's so sorry. It's just
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
yeah.
off on a tangent. It's so crazy because like even still today with the epidemic and everything that's going on, and like we have all these treatment centers everywhere, and there are all these self-help groups. People still look at it as like drugs the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, hello,
It's a
like
symptom.
there is no war on drugs, people. It doesn't exist. Like there's not a war on drugs, right? Like if we treat the internal condition, the underlying condition, and all of those things, and society comes together, emerges, and there's love and connection, then there would be no need for that lifestyle, right? Granted, like the criminal lifestyle and the drugs and all that, like they come with a lot of like negative things with them. However, if we got to the root of things with society, there wouldn't be no need for any of that.
Yeah, like that's. Look, I legitimately thought that, right? Take the drugs away, take away the withdrawal, and I'll be okay.
I
And
get
like
it.
what I do is I go to detox and I get out, and like 2 hours later I'm high, and I'm like,
and you really didn't think it was gonna be a
and
problem.
I'm like, what just happened, right? If you give me a lie detector test 2 days ago, I'm gonna pass. I'm not, right? I'm never gonna do it again. That's it.
Done, dude.
Fuck
I'm
that.
never.
And I'm like, what
never
happened?
come back to the detox ever. Sure, bro.
Yeah, but that feeling, like after 7 days removed, thinking about it, so I'm thinking about doing it, I'm thinking about not doing it the entire time.
Yep.
And then I get out and I make the decision finally, right? Like, which was inevitable, but I played with it a little. And like I do it and it's like, right? I'm just like, that's it. Okay. I'm just going to do it this one time because that's it.
Yep.
Okay. And then like, again, it's like,
Don't
3
catch
months arrested, detox, whatever it was, whatever it looked like. And I just kept going until like finally somebody was like,
never being a bad person. Motives never like to be that way. Like motives most of the time pretty good, like want to do well, right? And like you always end up in this position.
100%, right? Like family, friends, where everything, like I have a conscience, right? Like I don't want to see like my mother cry, my sister.
Right.
I don't want to see my sister's kids, all these things. Like I don't want this to happen. I know what I'm doing, but I literally couldn't stop. Like I know what's going to happen.
No matter how bad you want to.
I know what's going to happen right now, but I'm going to go reach into this purse. I'm going to take this money out. I'm going to leave. I know tomorrow I'm going to get caught and like I'll figure it out tomorrow.
Yep.
Because right then in that moment, feeling the way I feel is worse than getting yelled at, all this other stuff,
and a lot of times, even in that moment, for myself, I didn't even have the awareness that it was that feeling that I was running from because I was so stuck in the compulsive thinking.
Right.
That I couldn't sit with like, this is what I'm trying to escape.
Yeah, and I'm not even like physically sick,
right?
Right?
I'm
not.
So
I'm not. It's
uncomfortable.
just like
It's
like
the mental.
That's all it is, the mental. And like somehow, like before I'm about to get these drugs, like I feel dope sick. And it's like, wow, why? But then it's just gone, right? And like that, however long, 4 hours of relief was worth the next misery that's going to come from it. It didn't matter, right? And so again, like raised with good morals, raised with parent, raised with all this stuff, everything that I needed to succeed was handed to me, right? And I just, there was something, right? I don't know what it was, and this fixed it. So eventually I get to a point, right, where like I just don't care what people think of me anymore, right? So I'm trying to keep it together on the outside, all this stuff. Now I'm just the guy in the dark basement doing what I do, lying to everybody, whatever, right? Hurting people, causing harm everywhere. And that's all that mattered was getting high, like the next drug, the next one. That's it. The hustle, everything like that. So like I finally go away where it's not like, I've done the maintenance programs, I've done the therapy, I've done this and that, and like all it did was make me go right back, right? Like that was it. So I go to a place, they don't give meds, right? There's none of that, right? It's another alcoholic or a drug addict showing me what he did. And like here's my first experience with hope. That was it, right? Like I had never been to an AA meeting, nothing. And like somebody who was like me, who I could relate to, who I could trust, had what I wanted. Right? That was it. That was like the starting point for me, right? Did I stay sober from there on? No. Like I had to go back out because I said, oh, well, I'm a drug addict. I can still drink. You know what happens when I drink? Like drugs like cocaine and they work really good. And then
cocaine would help me keep drinking more, and then I can't get drunk.
It's a performance enhancer drug.
Yeah, and then I'm a hungover. What's great for a hangover, right?
Dope.
Exactly. So like now I'm like, all right, I'll do it better next time.
If I just do a little bit of dope, to get rid of this hangover, then it'll be fine.
Right?
And I can go to work and I don't have to
Up
worry
here,
about
it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds so good.
And 100% the most logical thing in the world in your head. And then you say it out loud and you're like,
right.
Even when I said it out, I would believe it so much that I would convince everyone else.
I know. So I'm in this vicious cycle of just like trying to get sober and then like lying, relapse, hold it together as long as I can, detox, right? It's just over and over. My life has no purpose. I have no purpose, like nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. I'm a shadow of a person. And you know, I put together a few months here, a few months there, right? I'm the guy getting like drugs delivered to my sober house and,
You're that
and like a
guy.
teddy bear, right? And like,
You're that guy.
yeah, it was, you know,
Oh, who would you say the teddy bear was from?
well, I got the mail, so like nobody saw it. Yeah, so
So why'd you have to even throw it in a teddy bear?
because the kid had to mail it.
Yeah, I used to get Percocets mailed from Florida.
Yeah.
And Bean Babies used to rip them open and then put them up in the Bean
Perfect,
Babies and sew
right?
them shut again.
Right.
Mhm.
So I get to a point where I
I
gotta go.
just committed to a crime on
Yeah.
television.
Yeah, I'm about to as well. So we're good.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we're
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, right.
Allegedly.
So I have to go to Florida, right, for a wedding. And how am I going to get through this wedding, right? I'm physically addicted. I need a lot of drugs. So I go get a personal loan. I tell them I'm buying a house. They give me a loan. I take it. I walked on an airplane with a bunch of, the bottom of my chapsticks, right? I just walked in, did this. They were in my pocket right through onto the plane, right? Because what's worse to me at that moment, like I'm not going to be sick on a plane.
Yeah.
So like I'll go to federal prison. Like, it's like what? No, I wouldn't have. But like I wasn't, there's no rationale. No response to reason. So like these are the things that I started doing, right? I am not that guy, right? If I get caught, I like start crying and I'm like, please don't arrest me, right? So like I'm not this.
I'm a tough guy.
Yeah, exactly.
No, please don't call my mom.
Yeah, never call my mom, dude. Never call.
Don't call his mom.
Never call my
Yeah.
mom.
Is your mom a Greek lady?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
she'll mess you up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. You get the spoon?
Yeah, that was more my grandmother. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, my mother just used her hand. Which, whatever, right? So, like,
Same
it
difference.
didn't fix me, so it's fine.
She obviously didn't try to hit you hard enough.
So, like, what it became, right, was my life was nothing. Drugs stopped working,
Yeah.
right? I just kept doing it, trying to get this relief, chasing that feeling, and it didn't work anymore. So now I'm at a point where getting high doesn't work, being sober doesn't work, and I'm just like here,
Yeah.
right? In utter misery. And not wanting to wake up, right? Just don't wake up, and then you do wake up, and it's like instinct, right? I don't even have a thought. It's like phone to my ear. Like, how are we gonna do this? What's next? To a point where, like, I'm like beating myself up, putting like scars on my body, and then going home like I got jumped. I need money.
Every moment of it is so terrible.
Terrible.
Every moment, and even like when you do get the substance, like the relief that it provides is once your disease has progressed to that point, like the relief that you get is not even relief anymore.
No.
Like you're so miserable.
It's just empty. You're off empty.
For me, it took me to suicide.
Absolutely.
That's where it took me. I successfully took my own life in 2015. So I couldn't escape anything, but praise to God, here I am.
Yeah, like I woke up every time, right? And I was like, so eventually, right, I go back to treatment, I go back to a house, and like I'm going through this book, and like I genuinely believe this is gonna save me, and it saves somebody else, and like I need to do this work, and I go full in, and like I get genuine relief. I do it honestly, thoroughly. I've wrote 5 4-steps, right? Like, I didn't do one honestly. I get to this one, and like I thought I did it honestly, whatever it was, but you fast forward like 8 months, and something trivial, right, pisses me off. And I'm just like, again, this thing is like, I'm going to show you and prove you wrong. And like what that looks like is like, I'm going to tear my life down and like.
You really showed them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really showed them.
He was probably just like
That's it, right? And again, it was the same thing. I've done all the research. I've been in treatment a million, and it's all these things. And it's like every single time it starts with a drink.
It's because like self-knowledge is.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to drink this time. Like, that's it. I've done all that.
I'm just a opiate addict
That's
or
it,
whatever
man.
you're.
That's it, man.
I'm
I'm going
just
to
a
drink in
dope head.
safety with my friends.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I
fine.
mean?
We're just gonna have a
fine.
couple cold ones.
That's it.
Relax.
And like I do what I do and I disappear. Irish goodbye, right? Nobody sees me for weeks. And like, so I wind up where I always wind up, right, in my parents' basement. And there eventually to a point where it's like, I couldn't stay there. I couldn't go anywhere, right? And my mother, Greek, her life dream is for me to live next door to her. Like, she doesn't want me gone. And like, that was hard for her. Like, you can't, so this time, right? Look, everything I grew up with, all that stuff, like I went to these treatment center, people helped me, paid for all these things. I had everything, right? Yeah. I am now walking to detox. Nobody will answer my phone calls. Nobody wants anything to do with me. That's it. And this is what I needed. Period, right? Worst detox I've ever been to. Worst experience of my life.
No.
And that's what I needed, right? It was the most humbling, miserable experience ever. Like, that was it, right? I didn't need medications. I didn't need a therapist, right? I needed somebody to be like, hey, like, you know, that rock bottom you keep thinking you hit? Like, you're just crushing through it. And, like, I go to this place, and then, like, I go to a sober house because I couldn't even get into treatment, right? I called the treatment place to go back there. Yeah, no, we'll pay for it. You're like, yeah, you're not allowed here. You suck, right? So, like, I'm this guy now, right? The first time I go to detox, I'm not like any of you, right?
Yeah.
I wear a suit. I'm not like any of you, right? Now, fast forward, I'm the guy walking in there like, everybody's like, you're back again, dude? Like, I'm that guy.
We got bed's same place it was.
Yeah, right, exactly.
We knew you had coming. It's
Let me guess, methadone? Yep. Come here.
8 hours, new record.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is all the humbling stuff. And like, look, what my life became is like, I've been through the book. I've done all the work, right? Until I put others before myself. Like, that's the one biggest thing that I can attribute this time is like, I'm just free, right? That's how I feel every day, like free. Like, I can go anywhere without like looking over the shoulder. There's no anxiety. And like, I put others before me, constant thought of others, right? And honesty. Like, those are two, because dude, I can write inventory. I'm the best inventory writer. I keep doing it, right? So obviously there's something, reason why, right? And like, so like I needed more, and like what that looked like was just getting out of, you guys said it, like getting out, right? Out of here. Because this is the problem, right? The drugs and whatever, you take them away and I'm still a mess. And like, that was it, man. I put others before me, and I stopped lying. And like, you know, it's
sounds simple, way harder in practice.
Way harder, especially when your whole life you are selfish and lying.
Yeah. No, it's rewiring yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a while to do it.
Yeah.
You're constantly growing, and like you fall short, and like that's okay. And that's like a really cool thing to bring up too. Like, when you fall short, like that's okay.
Yeah.
Like to have, it's like literally okay. Like, some days I act out on character defects really bad. Like, I was not loving towards someone today at all, and I was very cold to them, and I actually said some pretty harsh things to them. And you know, when we walked away from the conversation, I felt gross.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I need to go make an amends right now. And, you know, I had to go to that person and be like, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Remember a while ago when we had that whole thing?
Yeah.
No,
like,
but
wow, that was not okay of me. And that didn't, what I said to you, although I do believe that I spoke truth, did not come from love at all. And like, my motives were not to be helpful. And like, my motives.
And that word right there, motives and intentions behind everything. Because I'll do stuff for you to see me, for you to see me, for them to see me, right? But like, those motives are just so I can look cool, or you like me, or you're like, right? That needed to change 100%.
So the show's over.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
it was awesome to have you.
Yeah,
thank you.
It was great, man.
We'll have to have you back.
It.
We'll have to have you back. You're great on camera. Yeah, have him back. So thank you guys for watching. Bobby, thank you for being here. I hope that Bobby's back here with us soon, and we'll have Dan on again because he was rad. Anyone struggling, you know, you're looking for any kind of help, you have questions about treatment, Dan works for a treatment center. You have questions about treatment, you want to get to treatment, you want to get a loved one to treatment, you don't even know anything about treatment, you don't even know if anyone can go to treatment, but you need resources. Reach out to Dan. He's available for anything. Please call him at 3 a.m. That's when he likes his phone to ring. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.